Hello, guys from the ninth grade, and welcome one more time to another online class. Today, we are going to see the topic of etymology. Etymology is the linguistic science that study the origins of the words. So, those words came from and what meanings we can understand from knowing the history of the word. So, like it's exploring the family heritage of an essential word. Okay, etymology explores the history of the word, and like I say, it's a branch of linguistics that serves for a earliest known use of the word. So how does that word was used in a long time ago, and what they do and what they work and how do they work for, and things like that. So that is what etymology does. For example, champagne. Champagne is a word that came from the French and is the origin of a region of France that is called the Champagne region. And from that region, the beverage champagne uh, came from that region. So we can see that champagne came from that. And we have genes, for example, genes that etymology come from the word a Germanic word from Germanic speaking language and tell us about the type of clothes that is a strong is gene is a strong sentence. Souvenirs, that's another type of word, the last word we're going to have in here, that it came from Latin souvers, that means memories, something that it helped me to remember something back. So the souvenirs are things that we take back when we come home. So that is what we got like that. The history of etymology. Mythology appears prominently in most religions, and in the same way, most religions, mythologies, and in the same way, most mythologies are related to at least one religion. So the Greek poet Pindar used to create etymologies to flatter his parents. That means that the word etymology comes from the Greek, and they use it to say what mythological histories has links with this or that religion. For example, in the religion that most of our country practice, the Christianity, the mythology is that, for example, Jesus came back from the dead. So that study of where that comment, where that came from, is the origin of the word etymology per se. Like I say, etymology came from the word Greek. So the language of etymology. The language of etymology is a long written history of etymology. It's a discipline related to physiology, to historical language, which includes the study of origin of words through investigation and the originating meaning of their structure. English is a very interesting language because it's what we call a Frankenstein language. Do you know what Frankenstein is? Frankenstein is a monster that is created of the body parts of many dead people, at least 7 bodies. So 7 bodies put together. He has one arm of one body, one arm of another body, and they came together. And so that we say the same thing about English because, the English language is a mixture of several languages, starting for the Germanic language, for the Slavic, and very important that the Anglo-Saxon language, the origin of the Viking language, mixed with Latin presence when England was dominated with the Latins. We were dominating that. The Romans were in possession of England, so they put a lot of Latin words in them. And also, England and French they have a long history of collaboration. They are close, so English takes a lot of words of French. So we got Latin, we got Greek, we got Germanic language, we got Slavic, and all that is put together to form what we know as English. That is why English is grammatical speaking language is a very strange language because it doesn't have any clear grammatical rules. Every rule of the English language has an exception. So that is why, because it's a weird language. It's a Frankenstein language. It's mix of many others. So we can say some examples. For example, we got Latins. We got the word exemplum from Latin. We take that word exemplum, that means, put an example of something, and we got the word example. So from Latin, we got exempt, that means take, show something, and out, show something to the word exemplum, and that is where it come with exemplum. We got words like feel, that means loving. For example, philosophy, word like this. Philosophy, that means the love uh, for knowledge, and philanthropy, that means love for the other person. So we got the root, that is phil, that came from the word Greek, and that is means love, and we got the same thing. We got pho, for example, and we got that it means fear, that is from Greek, and we got phobia. We got something that scares us of claustrophobia, the fear of closed space. And so we can find many other meaning of a words with studying of etymology. So if we study the origin of an individual word, we can know how to incorporate in our language using in a daily use and when we write some other words. So to recap, from Greek etymology, the analysis of the word and to find the true origin when the word comes. And etymology is the fact of origin and development of a word from an old word, how we use it now. So thank you for your attention. Now we're going to be working with your book. Now, in your book, we're going to work to this page, that is the page number 25. After you have read and understand what is etymology about, we're going to put in practice what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with this page and we're going to be completing. What we're going to do in exercise number 1? In exercise number 1, we're going to match the first word, the English word, what is root, with his root, with what it was it came from. We got the first word, king, that is mean, well, a king, and what do you think that is the Germanic word for that? In this case is the word number 5, so we're going to write number 5 over here. That is the word cunning, king, that who's the man. Yes, you can see this word, the word in the first column, the English word, has similar sound or similar structure with the Germanic root. We can have another example. For example, water. The closest word we got is Wasser, and that is its Germanic root. So we're going to put 9 over here. We put 9 and we got Wasser. So that we're going to be completing. Now, in exercise number 2, we're going to use an online dictionary to explore the etymology of the words below. Write the Latin or Greek words from the meaning. For example, ridiculous. You're going to find the origin for that word, the origin, the etymology of the word ridiculous. So you go to online dictionary and you write ridiculous. And you're going to find the etymology. So the etymology comes from the word ridiculous. ridiculous. That means something laughable, ridiculous. So we're going to put, for example, chronic. What is the Greek word that gave origin to that word? You can do it in your computer. You can do it online. Just put the word. I'm going to give you an example. So we're going to go with our, going to put going to put my Google account here so you can see it. So we got it over here, as you can see, and we're going to put here just ridiculous etymology. You have it over here. Go for etymology, and right here you're going to have the origin of the word. See? Origin, ridiculous, Latin, ridiculous. So ridiculous is ridiculusus. So that is the word, and that is what we're going to write. So we're going to write it right here, okay? So after that, you can have it ridiculous. So you can do it like that. Now, in the bottom part, you're going to try to find the meaning of this word. We have tax paid to a ruler of a master for security of possession. That came from the Latin tributum. So which word is examination, is exquisite, is tribute. So what is the word? I can tell you right now is the word tribute. So we're going to put 3. And so we're going to complete over here. Now in the last one, you're going to use an online dictionary to write in your notebook the etymology of the word of the story Searching Summer. The first story, we're going to find 3 words that you don't know what is the origin of the first pages of the book, of the story. I think it's in pages 11 to 15. And you're going to read, select 3 words and write the etymology for those words. So that is the work you're going to be doing. It's a pleasure to see you, and bye-bye.